Hi guys, Chuck here, and we are back in Planetbase, and I think we're on the home stretch here, as long as we don't screw anything up. We just got a couple ships land. We are still not quite well enough to be trading anything yet, but we're getting pretty close to the 100 people, and you know that's the goal. So when we hit that, we're going to have some decisions to make whether I want to keep building this one or just try to do one of the harder planets. So if anybody has an opinion on that, you can let me know in the comments. Or do you think I should try one of the harder planets the next time, or continue this one and try to build it up bigger? I'm kind of different opinions there. You know, I beat them all, you know, when the game came out a few years ago, playing on my MacBook. But you know, you said I don't have those saves available, so I can't really show you what any of that gameplay looks like. So right now, well, there's another person came. So let's go ahead and do what we've been doing and get the tops off these buildings. So let's check our base management, check everything, make sure power storage is good. Water is tight, so we might put some more water down. Oxygen appears to be pretty good. That should get us there. So really, the tightest thing is water. I got these two water storages out here full. But I think we can stick another water extractor down and possibly maybe have to make another water storage, because we got that all filled. So we'll put a water tank connected to that. It might take our guys a little while to get that built. So we're gonna, you know, bump the speed up a bit, and let's go check out the trader. Maybe I'd love to get that farm dome, but we're kind of late game at this point. And if you can get that earlier, it really is a game changer for oxygen and energy. Because, wow, this guy wants 24 for one piece of metal. It's going to cost 100 just to get 4 pieces of metal. We can... There we go. So, you know, basically you build these domes. We've got what 3 domes built for food. But you build one of those big ones, it's going to take less power for the square footage you have available. So it's way more efficient energy-wise and oxygen. So that's really the advantage to having those. Otherwise, you can just build as much stuff as you want. You can just slap down a ton of these smaller ones and keep filling them with food, and you'll get there, you know, like we've done on this one. But on one of my previous times through this, I was able to build some of those big things because I think I was a little smarter that time. Also, I wasn't making videos, and so I could get to a certain point and say screw it and just delete the, you know, start over until I could get the start I wanted. And so I was able to get a playthrough where I had I was getting a lot of surplus material. It had more robots, so the people were working more efficiently. And there we go. We told you the laser would shoot something down at some point. Now I'm easily amused. But yeah, anyway, if you can get set up more efficiently early on, and it's kind of hard to do at the early stages because you've only got so much metal, and you have to get all the essentials put down and then start producing more metal. And that metal does tend to always get eaten up by, whether it's your construction or whether it's producing spares, to keep the machines running. Now, fortunately, we've been pretty good on that regard. It keeps telling us we've run out, but we keep producing more. And if you look around, there's no buildings that are, hurting, that are needing repair and not getting repaired. Now we have more people. We're up to 92. And like I said, our goal is 100. When we reach 100, we might linger a little longer to see if we can't get some other things built. But not really. How much are these selling for now? 10. Those are going for 25. We have that other farm dome patent, but it's going for 600, and we only got 25, so we don't have anywhere near enough money for that. We could maybe buy a driller bot, or we could buy a constructor bot, but we're probably not going to construct much else. So let's just back out of there and let that guy leave. We could dismiss him so he'll leave quicker, free up that landing pad for something else. Let's check our storage. Yeah, we got plenty of food. If we check our grid, I think we are good on water. We are good on oxygen. We are good on power. So we don't have anything we have to do. We could just do some stuff for the heck of it. So let's see what we got that we can add. Just, I don't know. A larger multi-dome. We're going to go ahead and add that if they can make enough metal to build it anytime soon. And if it gets built before we get to 100, fine. If not, maybe we'll wait for it to get built, and then we'll just decide, if I want to keep this one running a little longer. But we could have just kept the last one running longer too, but this one is set up pretty good. We could probably, we could go ad infinitum on this. We could just keep adding and adding and adding. But look here, that's going to get built pretty quick. Well, we're pending one more piece of metal. And we have one, so somebody's going to be bringing that. And now we got 2 pieces of metal. So our metal is accumulating nicely. Once you get to 100 people, if you can get some robots, then you can really get productive. You can add a lot of new industry. If you get some more engineers in, you can add get a lot of stuff running. But we're in pretty good shape here. Power storage is low, it says. So, you can see why we didn't have any wind at night. And that's the only downside here, is that I've only got, what, 1, 2, 3, well, we got 4, 4 of these going, but if you have a night or two where the wind dies and you've got mostly turbines, that can kind of get you like it did there, but it didn't get us for long. Luckily, the wind picked back up and we didn't have to wait long till sun up. So let's check stats. Yeah, it's telling status is poor. Well, I think that had to do with our power being down. Let's go out and add some stuff to this multi-dome. We can add a treadmill and a video screen and an exercise thing and a bench. We're just gonna lay all sorts of stuff in here. A drinking fountain and a potted plant and another exercise machine, another treadmill. So it might take a while to get all that built, but that will increase our status. And we've already built a couple of those things, and we got one guy watching TV and he's about to fall asleep, so it must not be a very interesting program. And we got one guy running on a treadmill there. Now let's check our status again, although it might be too fast to notice. It's funny that the prestige is increased drastically, but status is still down. Now looks like we got everything built over there. So now we're producing metal faster, able to build things a little quicker. So that does give us more options for just continuing to put things down. Obviously we could do another, maybe we could do another bar. We're getting so close to hitting the goal here. So I'm not thinking as much about production. Obviously we could really try to we'll hit century. We could acquire 10 techs, which we're nowhere near on that. We could try to get all the milestones. Could be an option here. So maybe that's what we'll just decide if we want to shoot for that or not. Trading ship has landed. Let's start trying to get some money accumulated. See how much we can get for what we're trading there. Okay, I'll take one away. All right. So, where was that? Under charts or... milestones. So we're close to that. We need to get 10 robots, and we're not producing any. Let's wait for our construction down here to get done. It's only pending one piece of metal, and then we'll get down here to these bot workshops and try to get them cranking out bots a little quicker. What do we got down here? Spares workshop, arms. Alright, semiconductor. Let's... No, we can't really put that on a higher priority unless we do the whole building. Okay. So see what else we had down here that we can work on. Oh, consolidation is a 300 population. So, if we're getting close to 100, we could shoot for 300, build a monolith, get robots. Now, building a monolith, let's see what any of those entail. Okay, monolith requires a pyramid, which requires a signpost. Signpost, we can put one. Let's put a signpost. That's what we're going to do. We're going to work toward maybe getting all these goals. So that's going to take us a little while longer. But maybe not as long as it took us to get to the first 100. You know, bar is low on oxygen, but we can check our O2 on the grid. We're still doing pretty good, but we're close to 100, and we've got enough oxygen for 134 people. Power is good. Now, we got our security. We got some bad dudes have shown up. But our security guys took care of them, took care of the intruders, but one of our people died. So we lost somebody, but we killed two. That will... I'm surprised it took this long to happen, because like my last playthrough, I was getting those kind of early on. So that's why you build this security room and you put your... You make your weapons and you put people in there for that. Now another trading ship. Still only got 89 money. This guy's got 160 money, but we don't have a huge surplus of items. So we're going to trade about 3 of those, about 4 of those, and let's see how much we can get for that. Okay, that's gradually getting there. Let's put the bot workshop on a high priority. And this prioritize work there. Obviously, we're prioritizing our metal production. And, you know, making semiconductors and spares. But we might have to put another factory down and put a couple more semiconductor things in there. Let's get that built first. Well, just need somebody to come out there and build it. Now there's where we need more robots. You know, we can always just buy them, but I think if we can get these people producing them, that will just get them built as we're going. And we got the signpost. Power storage is low. I don't know if we should build another solar panel out here. Yeah, we'll go ahead and stick one down. Just that, you know, make hay when the wind's not blowing, basically. Now, we have a bar here. We're going to put Couple tables and couple drinks machines and a water fountain. Okay, that should get built pretty quick. So a little signpost has the name of our game save on there. So whatever you save your game as, that'll be on your signpost. Now, bar is built and the stuff's going to get built in there. Yeah, people aren't going to hesitate to get those items built. Like, yeah, another place to drink suits them just fine. But you want to produce some metal, they take their sweet time with that. Alright. Raw materials trader. We're running a little low on stuff to trade for money. I don't want to go trading food yet, because you don't really have a lot of that. But let's plant some more. Let's go ahead and add some more onions. Some more lettuce. Some more radishes. Never go wrong with radishes. I like radishes, actually. And how about mushrooms? Fit another mushroom in there. Tomato, we got room for that? Or are we all full up on this dome? I think this dome is all full. Alright. We're going to have to build another food dome. And part of our goals to get all the milestones is to acquire 10 techs. So, that might as well be one of the next techs we get. And let's see about... Wow, look at what that takes. 20 bioplastic and 10 metal. So even if we lay that down now, it's going to take a while before it gets built. Now, well, we could go ahead and lay it down and then place near an existing structure. Place it over here. And we got more people coming. Better check our grid again. So water is still ahead, but obviously we're going to need to up that, and oxygen is going to need to increase a bit soon. Now we can always put another oxygen thing out here. Put a big one there. We still got plenty of room to grow here. We got a lot of flat space. The only thing is people are going to start walking farther. So maybe what we'll do is have sandstorm detected. Now, I think there is base management. Security controls. So yeah, you can hit that, and as soon as that sandstorm starts, we can tell people to get inside. That's more important on the other planets where the difficulty is a bit higher and the storms can really wreak havoc on you. Now, I'm going to dismiss that because I really don't want to part with food for money yet. As we saw the trouble I got into the last time I was doing that. And we thought we had plenty of surplus, and it turned out we really didn't. So let's prioritize the oxygen generator over the, Well, the pyramid, you can see they've already put half the resources down there to build it. But here comes the sandstorm. Now, so here's how that alert works. Landing permit, well, let's see what it, oh, it's F6, so we just hit F6 on the keyboard. That's, yeah, there it is. Now I'll put a yellow alert on. And as soon as the storm stops, you can take the alert off. And we haven't been doing that up till now. And I probably should have been, just so people could see how that works. Now the storm is over, so you take the alert off. Now, to those who have played the other game that these people made called Dawn of Man, it's the same gameplay that applies there. Of course, in that case, it's a different dynamic. You have, a prehistoric settlement, and you have walls around it. And when raiders are coming to attack you, you just go to those security alerts and do the alert, and then they kind of shut the gates and people go to the walls and fight them off, type thing. So, if you haven't played that one, it's made by the same people, and it's also quite good. And I've started a series on that, although I'm not as far into it as I am this one. I'm only like 3 episodes in. But it's quite a good game. I'm going to check that out. It's just the other end of the tech spectrum, because it starts in the Stone Age, and so you're a prehistoric tribe. So instead of incoming transmission, what do we got? They need some food and some rest. Now, are they going to take a lot of our food? But we're going to make a lot of money. Let's take a chance on that. Now, hopefully that doesn't screw us up too bad. They're going to be taking bed space. Hint, malnutrition. Okay, well, it tells us we're not getting a variety of food, but we have a lot of different vegetables. And we've got 3 different kinds of meat being made. So I'm not sure what else we're supposed to do on that, unless it's just telling us about that, to keep that in mind. Trading ship. We have a bot. Constructor bot, carrier bot. Let's buy a carrier bot. I think we can afford that. We got 50 there. I hate to part with that money. So there's 75. We don't really want to part with the food. There we go. So we got another bot. That gets us a little closer to that goal. Obtaining 10 bots. Now let's see if our O2 generator is going to get built soon. 1 more metal. This thing needs 9 more metal. But we've prioritized the O2 generator, so they're not going to put metal on the pyramid until the generator gets built. We've run out of spares. Have we helped any of the people? We got a lot of people in here sleeping. And it looks like we have a little more money, so I think some of those people are getting help, and they're probably eating a lot of our food. Now, hopefully they don't eat too much. Run out of medical supplies. Jeez, I shouldn't. Well, we got 8 medical plants, and we still got more starch coming in. So let's just make sure we have our dude down here making, you know, our workbench is still there. Sometimes these things will just disappear on you. It's like they wore out and didn't get fixed fast enough. But that doesn't happen to us here. So I think we've been pretty good on maintenance. But we need somebody to go over there and make those things a little quicker. And also assume when I started this that we would be at the 100 mark really fast. And we've gained 11 people since we started. Now we're up to 400 on money. So we've gained a lot of money from that landing permission, from allowing those people to land. Our food supplies are still in good shape, but they've used up our medical supplies. And part of that's my fault for, you know, selling some of them. Oxygen generator has been built. All right, we're getting more. All the connections not done yet. So let's go ahead and check some stats. Up to decent. Prestige is a little higher. When that prestige number gets up, then you'll really see the people coming in. But I don't think we want them coming in too fast. There's a visitor ship. And here's a trader again. And we really, really don't have... Yeah, that's going for a bit too much. Although, we did make a lot of money off of that last thing. So if another one of those shows up, we'll probably accept it. As long as it's not I think the one that screwed us up the last time was the wounded people that came in, and then half of them died, and that kind of messed us up, messed up our standing and our prestige. So we have more colonists coming in. We've still got more money, so we've been helping those people. Yeah, we need a couple more of those, and we'll have enough money to buy a lot of those tech blueprints. Now, let's find out where we put our robotics facility. Is still not generating anything. There's nobody in there working. So I don't know if that's just going to require more people, or if we shouldn't put that to better use. So the O2 generator got built. Now metal's going to be going toward this pyramid, which is nothing but a basically, what's the word I'm looking for? A big monument to hubris, possibly. Trying to come up with a diplomatic way of putting it. We can excuse that by saying it's all gameplay anyway. Trying. So text, you can see we haven't got squat. We got the turbine patent and the constructor bot patent, and that's it. There's a lot more that we can get, and you only need to get 10 of them. 3, 4. So I don't know if the camera picked that up, but we have a furry critter in front of the monitor now, and he's kind of blocking my view, and he doesn't realize that his dad wasn't a glass maker, you know. So if the camera picks him up, say hello. And we have an armed intruder again. Our people got him though. Killed that dude just like nothing. And we have another trader ship. And if I can get him to sit down instead of block the monitor, we can see what we can trade for. But it doesn't look like I have enough stuff to trade. So moving on. Oh, a solar panel. I forgot we had another solar panel under construction. It just got built. Okay. So cats are really funny. Like, pay attention to me. Don't pay attention to that stupid game. What he's thinking, probably. Well, so solar panel got built. Now out here we need 7 more metal. Okay. Look back at those milestones, and so we've hit Power Monger. Megalomania, we need to build a monolith after that pyramid gets built. That's going to take a lot of metal for that. And consolidation is 300 people, 10 techs, and 10 robots. We got, what, 2 robots? So we're a little ways away on the robots. And little ways away on the techs. Well, we made 260 in money from that last bit of visitors. So we need some more of those visitor ships would really do a lot for our status. Kind of get us a little closer to enough money to buy more tech. All right. Let's look at our grid here. So we're still good on power. Water is really tight. So I'm actually going to have to add more on the water end. I don't know if you can attach stuff to this pyramid. Yes, we can. So we're going to go ahead and slap that down. So you can see all of our water tanks are full. So I think as we build extractors, we're going to have to add tanks as well. So we might as well go ahead and start that construction. And it's going to take a while for all this stuff to get built. So let's see. Oh, there's the trader. That other one must still be that visitor ship. Let's see. We're really, food stocks are starting to drop. So, that kind of tells us that we're looking for another biodome. And we want to go big. Go big or go home, right? Let's try to get that built before we need to. Now this thing, I can't really see the screen, but I think it says there's 4 remaining. I guess somebody is still standing up in front of the monitor. I'm telling him to sit down, but he says, I'm not a dog. I don't obey like that. All right. Well, that was kind of a bad stroke of luck there. The meteorite just took out the dorm and killed 7 people just like that. And I thought we had this laser over here, and the laser should have caught that. It should have caught that meteorite, and it didn't. So I don't know if we have to build more lasers, but that just cost us 7 people, and I was thinking we were getting close to 100. So We might have to build another laser, which takes a lot of stuff. It takes a couple semiconductors, which we don't even have, and it takes 5 metal and 2. So it's going to be a while. But that was the first mass casualty we had from a meteorite. This saves, so now I've got my hand on the mouse trying to use the mouse, and he's just rubbing up on my hand like crazy. Like, don't touch that, touch me. So cats are something amusing, aren't they? What's interesting down here for stock, it always gives us a lower number than what we actually have. So I guess that's designed to make sure you just don't go sell off all of your stuff. But I'm kind of waiting for one of these, you know, tech blueprints. There is a genetically modified tomato for 540, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to take that. So we're going to spend all our money if I can use the mouse. So now I have to reach over here. If you see my head moving around on the screen, I have to reach over here and try to pet him with my left hand so I can keep my right hand on the mouse. I have a very needy, affectionate cat right now. And I know a lot of people say that's not a problem. That's better than having one that's not affectionate. He's 10 years old, and we've had him since he was a little kitten. So he's very spoiled. And he's the only cat in the house. So he's kind of like our baby. He normally, when I'm at my desk doing things, he'll just sit here. A lot of times he'll just sit down. He'll lie down. And this time, he decides he wants to stand up and block my view of everything. Now, that's funny how they realized that the water extractor might be a higher priority than just some big monument to nothing. So here they built it first. Well, they could have put the materials toward the pyramid and getting that built. So the people have some sense of priority, like, you know, what's important. Now, let's see. And we got that GM tomato blue patent. Is this still the visitorship? Yes, it is. Wow, you gotta wonder how long those people are gonna stick around. I wish they would give us a little more money. Or become permanent colonists and boost our numbers a little bit. You know, like help out around the house a little. Maybe be nice. All right, let's, hey buddy, come over here to the other hand, all right? So you didn't think you were getting a gameplay video and a pet care commentary all wrapped up into one. So that's 2 for the price of 1, right? Well, that's half of what the internet is anyway, is just cat videos, isn't it? So now it looks like he is settling down. He's going to sit down and stop blocking half the monitor. That means I'll be able to see everything I need to see now. There you go, buddy. Thank you. Nope, I spoke too soon. He's still blocking about a quarter of the screen. So if I click on anything that brings up a window on the right side of the screen, then I can't see the window, and I can't even figure out where to go with the mouse to close the window. Well, I just hit escape on a keyboard and that did the trick, so we know that now. So now we're up to 91 people. We had one more person come back in. 6 more will get us back to where we were before the meteorite hit. And let's see. Out of medical supplies still. Are we still trying to treat those people? Now power storage is low. But we have enough stuff built. And we should be having plenty of power. Let's check the grid. And power is still... Alright, we're producing a lot more than we're demanding, so I think our storage just ran a little low because maybe the wind had died down a bit. Now, back to the grid and check. Water is a little tight. I built the other water extractor down there, but the connectors haven't been built yet. So we're going to have to wait a little while on that. And we got somebody in. And now he shoots down a meteorite. Yeah, he should have shot down the one that took out the dorm earlier. Run out of spares. The fugitives have paid 300 coins for services. So, yeah, some of that we already spent, and now we got another 20. So, that wasn't bad. We need more fugitives. We need another 300 coin, ship coming in. So anyway, I thought we were going to get to 100 on this episode, and that we were going to then have to decide, do we want to continue or not? And looks like 100 is going to be a little bit of a wait. Unless this ship disgorges some more people. So it brought us another couple people. And what do we have? A trade ship? And we don't have enough money to buy another blueprint. And we don't really have enough stuff to trade. Because I'm not going to run the food stocks out. Just trading for money. So we'll dismiss him. Let him go on his way. And I think we will call it a day. And when we come back next, we're making the push for 100 and the push to get these other things built and to start acquiring the rest of those milestones. So if you've enjoyed this little escapade and would like to leave me a like and subscribe, I'd appreciate that. And I will see you next time.